A few coaching calls recently that were pretty similar in nature. After talking to the managers, they were pretty frustrated, pretty upset that their reps, some of the reps, just weren't hitting the number and wasn't doing what was necessary to get the job done. So I'd asked them what they felt like the cause was for these particular reps not hitting the number, and they felt like it was their activity. They just weren't doing what was necessary, the standard, to get the job done. The activity just wasn't there. They weren't making necessary appointments, they weren't calling on decision makers, so they felt like it was activity driven. So I'd asked them what they did to either change that or what was their strategy to get these reps back on track. And they said, well, it was either, put them out with a mentor and have them do some ride-alongs. They were going to obviously track their activity each and every week. They were going to go on ride-alongs themselves with them to ensure that the necessary activity was being done. And I told them, I said, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And activity is an important part of any rep's success. But I put out a word of caution, and I said, you just can't live on activity. I said, I've seen it too often where you've had some, reps that are struggling, and they've put out the activity like nobody else. They worked hard. The problem is that when they're out in the appointments or they're talking to those decision makers, the skills just aren't there. In other words, their learning, training, development was lacking. So here they're making all these calls, they're going to all these appointments, but when they get in front of somebody, a decision maker, or anybody for that matter, they're not quite sure what to say and what to do. So I told them, I said, the activity is an important part of their success, no question about it. You've got to ensure they're doing the standard. But you also have got to make sure that training, that develop of those individuals, that the skills that they need to possess, they need to get better at, match the activity. Because they can go on 1,000 calls, but once they're out there in front of the decision maker and they're not saying or doing the right thing, those appointments, all those calls, just doesn't matter. So I told them, ensure that the skill matches the activity. If you do that, the revenue that you're looking for, that becomes inevitable. All right, good luck out there. Let's make your best even better. Talk to you soon.